Hello, my name is Nathan, and this is my portion of the Control Alt Elite Robotic Search and Rescue Swarm presentation. My partners for this project were Mike, Brian, and Nick, and this will be a more intelligent and safe response solution. So a problem we face right now is that while first responders are well trained and they're properly equipped for different disaster scenarios, the equipment can be cumbersome, terrain's not always navigable, and the rate in which human responders react to a disaster is very limited. Mapping an area and finding victims is difficult with just handheld technology, and it's often inefficient. It's difficult to get a full view of the situation. And victims need aid as soon as possible, but cannot always be reached in time to receive that aid. Our solution is a search and rescue swarm of robots. Currently, search and rescue robot swarms are being created and tested rapidly. With the emergence and availability of artificial intelligence, the swarms are beginning to act autonomously, and they're able to work in a way where the human interaction is not necessary until after the scene is already set and started being established. Swarms are also able to get to the scene much faster than human responders and begin working to identify victims. Our swarm in particular does all of that and then some. Our swarm will rapidly deploy to the scene of a disaster, begin mapping and identifying victims, all on their own. And then we've included an air pump and first aid robot, which will use the data to begin providing aid to victims and increase survival rates. This portion of the presentation will be specifically about the quick reaction drone. It'll be the first on scene. It uses lights to illuminate the area, and it also uses an infrared and daytime camera to map and identify victims. The QR drone is also equipped with receiver transmitter antennas, so it can act as a radio repeater, skipping the signal out and makes the area of operation greater for that swarm to operate.
Hi, I'm Brian Kozetsky with Control Alt Elite. The air pump and first aid robot's purpose is to provide immediate life-saving support in rescue and search operations. Designed for hazardous and confined environments, operates remotely to reduce risk to responders. Input sensors are CO2 air quality sensors, an ultrasonic sensor, and a remote control input. Outputs: air pump blower, drive motors, and an LED spotlight. How it works: it navigates through debris using tracked mobility, detects air quality environmental hazards, delivers breathable air through hose system, provides first aid supplies to trapped victims, sends real-time video feedback to the operator. Here's a control algorithm showing the controls of the system. Value to rescue operations: reduces response time by reaching victims quickly, minimizes risk to human responders, improves victim survival in low oxygen environment, enhances situational awareness through sensors and camera, supports multi-robot coordination.
Hello, my name is Nick Day, and this is the radar rover with ground penetrating radar. Its purpose is to scan beneath debris and identify subsurface voids or trapped victims that responders may not be able to see from the surface. The rover uses GPR for detection, an ultrasonic sensor for obstacle avoidance, and drive motors for tracked movement across rough terrain. It sends real-time scan and location data back to the operator, which can help the rescue team locate victims faster while keeping responders out of dangerous areas.
My name is Steven Castro. I designed the Micro Spider drone. The drone uses infrared motion detection, sound detection, and GPS to locate victims and transmit that data to a central control station.
So here's our scene. First on scene is the QR drone immediately identifying a hazard while mapping and flying over. Radar rover is going to come in as well as our Micro Spider drone. And then that first aid and air pump robot will come in. So as the QR drone identifies the hazard and the victim, this air pump first aid robot will start to be able to react. So here you'll see the QR drone will put out that fire, identify the victim, and it's going to move on to that next hazard and next victim and continue to map throughout, setting the scene and relaying information to all of our other units.
Competition ideas: competing teams have existing basic solutions. There are 4 other companies that have products. They each have an individual robot that is lacking in design and performance of ours. Thank you.